Hi everyone, I'm happy that you're watching. Today we're going to talk about Chapter 4, 1 plus 1 is 3. It starts on page 90 in your workbook. So let's start on page 90 with section 4.1. This is about reproduction. Okay, so there's basically two types of organisms. Those that reproduce by themselves and those that reproduce using a partner. The ones that reproduce by themselves are usually very simple organisms, with the exception of plants. We're talking about asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is reproduction without a partner, so there's only one parent. Reproduction happens, therefore, without the fusion of egg cells and sperm cells because there's no males and no females. Organisms that do asexual reproduction are usually not even males or females, they're just neutral. The offspring is always identical. The offspring is a clone of the parent. That has disadvantages because if one of those organisms gets sick and there's a disease outbreak, then all the organisms can get sick because they are all the same and they have the same DNA. Then maybe you think, why are there organisms that do asexual reproduction in the first place? Well, that is because it has an advantage. The advantage is you don't need to look for a partner. And in the animal world, that costs energy, and you can use energy for other things instead of reproduction and finding a partner. Okay, so then there is the other type of reproduction, sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction, you obviously need a parent, you need a male and a female, and the sex cells of the male, the sperm cells, have to fuse with the sex cells of the female, and those are the egg cells. Therefore, you need two parents, and the DNA from the father and the mother are mixed, and you get unique offspring. Every offspring is different, with the exception of identical twins. Here is a little summary of the differences, and maybe you would like to pause the video so you can see the differences and copy them down into your notebook, because this might just be a good question for a later test. Just a little remark, gametes. That's a word that's been used in some of the videos I sent you. Gametes means sex cells, so we mean sperm cells and egg cells. So, just a little summary, asexual reproduction, you have one parent, you have no sex cells, no gametes, and all the offspring are genetically the same. Sexual reproduction involves two parents, therefore you have gametes. There's fertilization, meaning the fusion of the sperm cell and the egg cell, and the offspring is genetically different from each of the parents. There are organisms that can do both. Most often those are plants. Some plants can produce asexually in certain circumstances, and in other circumstances they can produce sexually. Now you can see this is a very short section, so we can already see that we have a question in the workbook on page 102, and you can do assignment 1. If you have any questions about this or about future sections we're going to talk about, please send them to me and I'll answer them as soon as possible. I'll see you for the next video about 4.2. Bye!